Where is Nancy Guthrie? Dom-C 303, searching for the truth, shutting out the noise. Open case, no perp, no evidence, no answers. Crime scene contaminated. Is the case going cold? Where is Nancy Guthrie? When did she leave? Where did she go? Who took Nancy from her home? Where is Nancy Guthrie? Dom-C 303, searching for the truth, shutting out noise, asking questions is the norm. Seeking truth is part of the investigation, but no one has any answers. No one's answering our questions. Where did Nancy Guthrie go? What's the truth? What's the lies? Who's involved? Where is Nancy Guthrie? Where is Nancy Guthrie? Where is Nancy Guthrie? Dom-C 303, searching for the truth, shutting out the noise.
Hi, everyone. Just wanted to do a little video of Occam's razor. We talk about that word all the time and what does it mean and how does it affect this case. So, of course, I did a PowerPoint presentation for us. I'm going to bring it up on the screen and we're going to go over it. So Occam's razor, when explanations compete, the simplest one usually wins. And boy, do we have competing theories. So the core ideas is we got to use the fewest assumptions. And it never promises the simple answer is always true. It says simple is the smart place to start. They use Occam's razor in science, in medicine, in investigations, and in data and AI analysis. So the takeaway from that is don't reach for a complicated story when a simple one already explains everything. Now, I know a lot of you have your own individual theories of who took Nancy and why. And when we go live today, I want to discuss that. And I want to go through it step by step so we can analyze, is it a valid theory or is it just speculation in the realm of conspiracy theories? And I do love conspiracy theories, but I'm trying to stay focused and I'm trying to remember Occam's razor. So we've got burglary gone wrong with no ransom notes involved. So who could have been involved in a burglary? Some random stranger going through the neighborhood didn't even know who Nancy was? Was it a neighbor? Did they know Nancy had something in that house that they really wanted and something bad happened? Could it have been like the garbage man or the recycling guys coming by and seeing this old lady living alone, got a nice house, always dressed to the nines, wearing jewelry? Wonder if she's got some expensive stuff in that house. I remember once, many years ago, I had a patient who told me he was a reformed burglar. So I asked him, when you drive through a neighborhood, how do you decide whose house to rob? And it was fascinating that he said, well, we look for what type of cars they have in the driveway. And we also look how nice their front yards are. Because people who spend money on flowers and plants and gardening usually have expensive things inside the house. So I said, good, my yard looks terrible. No one's going to rob me. So it could have been workers also that came to Nancy's house. Remember, she had the roof replaced. Who knows if there was somebody servicing the AC? Was it someone who painted the house? Was it a landscaper, the pool guy, the pest control guy? So many service people that not just the elderly need, but especially the elderly. My mom had people coming in and out doing different things because one, she didn't know how to do anything. And 2, she was too frail to start taking care of things on her own. And then delivery drivers, Amazon packages, UPS deliveries, Uber Eats, DoorDash, the Uber that she took to supposedly Annie and Tommaso's home. We don't know. Who are these people? Was there a list accumulated? Was it a recent list? Was it people in the last 6 months, people in the last year, people in the last 5 years that encountered Nancy at her home? So then we go to the kidnapping for ransom. Was it immediate or distant family members? Was it a neighbor or neighbors in cahoots? Some local criminals who knew of Nancy. Some local criminals who didn't know her, but then got to know her because of that hometown special that Savannah did. Was it a local criminal in the neighborhood that didn't even know Nancy? And then some random person who discovered who Nancy's daughter was after she was taken. And that goes more with like the essay take on that. And that's gross to think about, but unfortunately, it could be a reality as well. And unaliving. Who would want to unalive Miss Nancy Guthrie? That question makes me sick to my stomach, deep inside the core. One of my videos, I talked about what a wonderful person I thought Nancy must have been. She grew up in Kentucky, met her husband in college and got married. They traveled for his mining position job, moved to Tucson when Savannah was 2 years old. She lived in that house for 50 years. In 1988, her husband died of a sudden heart attack. And there she was, a single woman raising 3 children. She went back to work 2 years later at the university, made a great impact on student life and in the community and for the college. And then to have this happen on February 1st of 2026, exactly 180 days ago. Where's Nancy Guthrie, guys? So the timeline for those of you who are new to my channel, back on October 17th was when Savannah actually filmed the Homecoming series that she did, and they ended up at a Mexican restaurant, and there's a video of her with Nancy and Annie at that restaurant. It aired on November 5th. Then Saturday night, January 31st, was when it's reported that she took an Uber to Annie and Tommaso's house for dinner and games, and then was returned home at about 9:48 via a family member. And she had taken an Uber at 5:32, of which a video we've still yet to see. And then the events that they say the timeline was is that 1:47 a.m. her doorbell camera disconnected. Apparently that's when porch guy took the plant and used the stem to pop it off. And then at 2:12, the camera software detected motion. Remember, Nano said it could have been a person, it could have been an animal. Every time that guy speaks, I get a migraine headache. But no video is available. The system had no subscription and loops over itself after a certain period of time. At 2:28, her pacemaker app disconnects from her phone. At 11:56, we're told a neighbor from church called Annie and said that she didn't come for the services. At 12:03, the family calls 911, and at 12:15, the authorities arrived. On Monday, the sheriff stated that the neighbor contacted APS to report a missing person. On the 3rd, Brian Enton reported that the APS caseworker left a card in the door because he was able to walk up to the front door and videotape the blood because Nancy's home wasn't a crime scene anymore, and there was no tape, and there was no investigation going on until 4 days later when the FBI finally got involved. and multiple ransom notes were circulated through TMZ and KGUN. Wednesday the 4th, Savannah's siblings made their public plea. That's when Derek Colella allegedly obtained Annie and Tommaso's phone number online and sent the text, "Did you get the Bitcoin? We're waiting on our end." Oh, don't get me started on that text. We will talk about it during the live. Then Thursday, he gets arrested because he uses, the fake Google number, but he registers the Google number to his named Gmail address. Oh, this guy's elevator does not go to the top floor, people. And that's when the FBI announced a $50,000 reward for any information. And then that's when Savannah Guthrie makes her Instagram plea. On the 6th is when they took Annie's car. On the 10th is when we got our first video of Porch Guy. That was released by the FBI, because if you remember prior, Nano says that there was no video. It wasn't able to be retrieved. And the FBI said, "Oh yeah? Watch this." And they did. And that's all we have. If it wasn't for that video, we'd still have less than 0. On the 13th, the deputies searched and towed a vehicle that was Luke's at the Culver's parking lot. And that's when they did the SWAT on his house and detained him and his mother for questioning. Then on the 24th of February is when the Guthrie family posted their $1 million reward. In March, they kept going over DNA and digital evidence. In April, blah, 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 the same thing. June 22nd is when the second ransom note came that Nancy had died and she's with nature. And late June, Savannah made another emotional plea to the public. And then last week she did, and I made a video about that. So as of, it should be July 29th or 30th. She's been missing for 180 days. Where is Nancy Guthrie, guys? We don't know. If we go to Occam's razor, it's the simplest answer, which could be someone that knew her, someone in the neighborhood, someone who is related to her. Thanks for watching my video. I'm going to be on live tonight. You can find me at DomC303. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you all soon. Thank you.
Good people gather night by night, trying to shine an honest light. Not for fame or viral views, but hope and justice finally breaks through. We're searching for the truth. The sirens fade, the crime scene tape is gone. Questions echo on the desert hill. A community waits through endless nights, holding hope beyond the flashing lights. Every headline sparks another thread. Every rumor's quickly spread. 1,000 voices, 1,000,000 views, but facts are harder than the breaking news. We're not chasing shadows in the dark. Every clue leaves its mark. Separate the noise from what is true. The evidence will guide us through. We're searching for the truth and shutting out the noise. Not feeding speculation, rumors and conspiracy theories. Looking for the facts beyond imagination. Some wear badges, some just care. Following the evidence everywhere. Answers don't come overnight. Justice moves outside the spotlight. Until the pieces all come through, we'll keep searching for the truth. Live stream chats begin to roll. Different theories take their toll. Some are careful, some just guess. Truth gets buried in the Independent voices, cameras on, looking long after the headlines are gone. Maps and timelines, witnesses calls, trying to connect the scattered walls. The FBI won't always speak. Local detectives guard what they keep. An active case can hide its hand, so justice still has room to stand. We're searching for the truth and shutting out the noise, not feeding speculation, rumors and conspiracy theories. Looking for the facts beyond imagination. Somewhere badges, some just care, following the evidence everywhere. Answers don't come overnight, justice moves outside the spotlight. Until the pieces all come through, we'll keep searching for the truth. Every screenshot isn't proof, every whisper isn't truth. Questions matter when they're fair. Respect the family, standing the truth through every unanswered